guys, you're just in time for this exciting moment. If you remember, about 3 weeks ago I was at the Adventure Motorcycle Expo in Stockholm. I passed by a bike that just amazed me, and I realized it's a PR7, looking nothing like my bike or how I would like my bike to look. I spoke with Philippe from Titan, who made the stuff for the bike, and he really inspired me in a way that he's got the guts to just step out of the hamster wheel and pursue his dream in beautifying and improving motorcycles. I could give you a long list, and I will, of improvements and practical stuff with getting the Titan stuff for my AJP, but really I knew right there and then that I cannot leave without getting this kit.
You had me at hello.
So the first thing that we're doing is that we're replacing this tower with a rally tower from Titan, and that will improve the looks. It's a bit retro, nothing wrong with retro, but this is a 2024 model of a bike. And one thing is the lights. It's old H7 halogen lights, and it's like candlesticks in front here. I went out riding just to test it in pitch black. Play the clip. Okay, so we're going into the woods. So this is half beam on the standard bike. Oh, I don't see much in the curve. I have to put on full beam. And I get sort of a circle Gloria thing here. Well, we don't see that much, but yeah, it works. And after we'll replace the bash plate because it has a few things that is lacking on this one. First of all, it's mounted with only one M10 screw. That's the only screw. If that breaks, the whole thing comes off. It does not cover the stator side of the engine, which is why I have these. And also on this side, this is exposed. I've seen riders, making dents in the lower pipe here. So yeah, we'll see when we're done. Here's the parts, the LSK lights, some mounting stuff, the shield and everything. So let's get that started. All right, all the stuff. And now let's start. Step 1. Exciting. All right, the H7 boobs. We've detached all the cables now. See if we can get it out. Yeah, and it's loose. Ha! It looks like a proper enduro bike now. Then it's what it is. All right, now time to get the tower in place. Something like so. Yes. Oh, there's a whole harness. Let's see how we can tidy up this later. This is for the DMD navigation. And the big plug here for headlights. And now time for the eyes. Somehow here. I have to say the manual is really easy to understand and detailed, so no problem so far. Okay, folding this up. High beam is the high. Now let's take the Speedo out of the old. All right. Rubber grommets. And something like that. USB back. I lost it when I installed the DMD thing. Hello! Det är så. Tjena! Fan vad skönt att vara ute då.
Sista delen på vinterprojektet.
Just det.
Och då får du ingå att jag åker hit och hälsar på vänner.
Eller hur? I have some problems with challenges on how to route indicators and DMD specific stuff.
You have a photo which is left or right here.
No. We'll figure it out.
Lite coolt om vi gjort den där i kolfiber.
Ja, eller hur?
För det förändrar ju sig inte bara för att du sätter på dem här.
Oj, de är höga.
Ja. Det ska nog vara där någonstans va?
Ja.
Ska köra någonting eller?
Vänta lite. Har du kvar micken?
Ja, shit.
Right. A screen on here. Look at that. Looks good. Wow. So this kit does not have any holes or anything for indicators. The idea is to drill holes and things like that. I have the original indicators, but I saw the Titan Philip guy, his bike, he had these minimal indicators here. So I ordered them, waiting for them. So while waiting for the last parts to get the tower ready, let's continue with the bash plate. And after that, we'll go out riding, testing these lights and comparing side by side before and after the light change. So these things will all be sorted with the new skid plate. So comparing the two skid plates, this is the original, and you can see that this is much more like a basket going up, higher up on the sides, and it's wider. The bottom exhaust holder. Whoops. So much junk coming out here. Remove these engine mounts, damn it. Like so. I have to remove the downpipe there because I didn't have the tools to get to this screw without destroying it. Now let's take a little tour. So we have these 3 bolts here. It covers the pipes the whole way, so no dents in the pipes, which is good. The width is nice there. The width is nice here. It goes out a bit to protect the engine cover, which I also have a plastic one. And then, yeah, so under the bike we have this now, linkage protector. All right, indicators have arrived. Here it is. This thing is the indicator. It's the Highsider Proton 3 thing, link in description. There will just be a little blip on the side here, hardly noticeable. So I have to drill just to get the cable through. And then it's sort of just adhesive mounting. Let's see if I just easily put it there. Really. Okay, no slipping. So, would you look at that? Indicator connectors. Find the right one here. Oh, that's on the wrong side, but still, yeah, that's a bright indicator for being that small. Shrink tube on there. Right. Works well. This amps mount came with the tower, so I just had to mount it with 30mm long M4s. Also tuck the cable in here to make it nice. So it's very tidy. Let's find a good position for it. Sitting down, of course, this is best, but standing up, I want some sort of compromise here. Perhaps I will adjust it depending on what I'm doing. All right, mission complete. Bash plate, rally tower, LED lights. Now let's take it out for a spin. First, a little request on the DB killer, the Doma race exhaust. I loosened everything. And in here I have the DB killer that I bought on Amazon. In here. I bought it on Amazon about 12 euros or something like that. 51mm diameter. There's a lot of them on Amazon. When I plugged it in, it was completely, it's solid in this end. So what I did is that I drilled a few more holes there because it was choking the engine a little bit. So I drilled that, was a little better, tiny bit louder, but yeah. Link in the description. So let's fire this up now without the DB killer. Quite loud. With the DB killer in, it's also loud. Very easy to install. The first time I had to force it in a little bit, but now it's in and out easily. Okay, let's start again. Takes the top of the sound of it. Of course, it limits the airflow or exhaust flow a little bit, so I'm sure it could be measurable, but not as much as I don't really notice it. or use it, that extra power that I lose. So yeah, I keep it in. It sounds with a low rumble. Not sure how well this conveys the sound, but you have the bass sound, but it takes away the parts that is irritating in a way. Yeah, so that's that. All right, this is a really dark part, so low beam and high beam, yay! And gone are the hypnotizing circles. Half beam, coming into the woods again, full beam. Woohoo! Let there be light. Oh! Night riding is so much fun. The trails get completely new and exciting. So, and the lights, superb. Dr. Bob approves. Thanks for that. That was actually the last sort of garage video for a while. Next is a epic trip really soon. Just need to go there, do it, come home, edit. Yeah, some while. So, but stay tuned and ride safe and cheers, buddies.